Hello everybody, this is Braden from Deckmates Gaming coming at you with a double box opening. We got the Argent Saga first set Betrayal here, so yeah, let's get right into it. So first off, in all the boxes they came with actually all 5 of the promos. Technically they're only supposed to get like one, and then it's supposed to be foil. So in the second printing they're going to redo that. But yeah, you get Ergon, who is seeing a lot of play actually in the tournament scene. It made up a lot of the decks in the first regionals. So yeah, he's pretty good. This guy, I haven't seen any decks with him. This guy, same thing. I saw like a couple with her, but I think she's not that great. Ariana's alright, but yeah, those are the ones that you get as little promos. So let's just get into the first one here. So I'm probably not going to go over all the commons. You can look at them as they pass by, but I'm really just trying to go over like the rares and whatnot. So first rare is Gargoyle Mimic. Yeah, the foiling is pretty crazy on these, but I think they're gonna fix it with the second printing. So yeah, that was our first rare. Yeah, the packs are kinda, there we go. Okay. Shining Shard Dagger. And then got a special shard for light, basically. If your spirit isn't light, then it comes into play exhausted. And then you can pay 1 and target unit with Guardian gets +5. So, I mean, it's decent. I don't know how, I mean, there's no point, if you're running that spirit, there's really no point in not running the special shards, to be honest. It's the same thing, basically. And then in the boxes you get shard points sometimes, and you can redeem them on the prize wall. There'll be like more future prizes and stuff, but on their website it shows all that. So yeah, it's pretty neat. I like that they're doing that. Gives you extra incentive to buy boxes, because with the shard points you can also get more boxes because you can get them with points. Ducks, Sky Trees, Spitfire. This is also a pretty good card. I like the statue of the Argent Tower. It's just a pretty decent card. Here's a foil common, so that's pretty nice. I like that they do that as well. And then our first super, I believe that's what that is this little dude. I can't really see. There you go. We got Amorphagus. Very good card, actually. He has Guardian, and then when it's destroyed, you can put into play another blob token with Guardian, and it's 1,000. So I mean, that's pretty decent. Like, it's good value, is what it is, basically. For, I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 mana, or 5 shards, whatever. Okay, next pack. We got another. This one is pretty decent as well for a super. I'm pretty sure that the diamond is super. I'm gonna double check for like the next video just to make sure. But when it arrives, you deal 2,000 up to 2 target units. So he's pretty good. I like him. And then I got another 5 points. I mean, like, you can rack up points pretty easily, you know? Like, I like it. I like that they're adding points. I'm pretty sure it's random. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't know if there's a way to check to see, you know, how random it is. But, oh, there's our first Argent. We got Brant. So legendary units you can only play one of, and those are the Argent rares in the set. So they're basically like the highest rarity that you can get, other than obviously like the full art ones that you can get. But yeah, they're all most of them are pretty dang good, and you want to run it. You want to run them in the decks that they go in. So I mean, he's really good. It gets +5 for each of your opponent's destroyed towers, and if you have 2 or less towers remaining, it gets quickness, and you can't be targeted by spells. So I mean, for a 5-drop, 25, I mean, it can just like win games like straight up. So I think he's pretty decent. Definitely an inclusion in most light decks for sure. I don't know if he'll be an inclusion in decks that you just run the Light Spirit. I'm not exactly sure yet. I have to do some more testing. Another rare is Hana. Oh boy, and then we got this little guy, Stormcaster of Azure Tower. So these are what the full art ones look like. I got number 397 out of 1,000. So that is nice. I think he's only going for like 50, but like, you know, it's still a really nice looking card. Definitely gonna play it probably. Sweet. I'm not sure what the ratio on those are, but like it's pretty neat to pull one. And that was Juggernaut. I think it's it might be Yakuma. The I looks kind of like a J, but I'm not sure. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a good card too. There's a couple of different things that we want to start testing right away. One of them is making kind of like a meme deck, I guess, of GZ, that promo that kills your own towers. We want to make like a suicide tower deck or something like that. I think it'd be pretty fun. We got Brainwipe Beam, another rare. Actually, this card's pretty good. When you play it, you target a unit. If its power is 2,000 or less, exhaust it and take control of it. And if its power is more than 2,000, you give it minus 2,000. So I mean, that is just like, it's pretty crazy. And I got another 10. So I mean, they just keep racking up. Alright, let's see here. We got another foil common, Argent Watcher. And then we got another rare, Cryptic Crystal. This is the water one, so when it arrives, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. It's decent. You know, like I said, there's really no reason why you wouldn't play them, I guess. They're just there as like a utility thing. If you're playing that spirit, you might as well, you know. It's a good card. Ancient Serpent's Breath for a common. It's pretty crazy. Alright, cool. We got another super. We got the Silver Watchwoman. Definitely a really played card, actually. When she arrives, you can place 2 counters on this card, remove a counter from the card, and you choose one. It gains quickness. Either it gains target attack, or you can prevent the next damage that would be dealt to this card this turn. So, like, I mean, for being an Argent card, which means you can play it in any deck, it's just, it's almost like a right away you just include that in at least like a 2 of, I would say, you know, like, it's just a good utility card, you know, for whatever you need at that time. Alright, got another foil common. We got Blood Sacrifice. It's pretty decent. Oh, there's another Argent. We got Iskandar, the Mythical King. I actually really like this card. It's a 10-drop, so obviously you probably won't get to play it for the actual cost of 10, but it costs 1 less to play for each gear in your discard zone, which is actually really easy to do in with white or yellow is what I mean. I just call it yellow, even though it's technically like white, I guess. It's pretty easy to do. He also has Destroyer, so I mean he can wrap up games for you. And his arrive effect is target up to 2 different gears in your discard and equip them to this card. So I mean, like, you can just get like the 500 give one or the 2 legendary ones and equip them. I mean, it's pretty good. And then you can expel a gear equipped to this card and expel target unit. So I mean, all that is a pretty good package for just one card. I mean, you can only play one because it's a legendary, but it's still really good. And then you can also get these tokens, which are the actual like official knight tokens that you get from blowing up the light tower. So I mean, it's nice to have these official ones rather than just using like a back of a card or something, you know. Speaking of the card, I really do like the card stock on these cards. Previous games that I've played, the card stock hasn't been that great, I would say, but these are just like really thick, and I just really like that. We got another rare, Molten Explosion, Instacast. Destroy target unit with 2,000 power or less. See, like, it's a decent card. I just don't know, like, for 2 mana, destroying 1 card is, I guess it's decent. It's more of like a, probably like a budget-friendly, like just killing, kind of like just dragons burning everything in their path deck type of deal. So we got, this card is actually incredible. I really like this rare, is fantastic. Garga. When it arrives, choose a cost and return all units of the chosen cost to their owner's hands. If 2 or more units were returned to the hand with this effect, it gains quickness. So it's a 5-drop 3,000 that just bounces things. I mean, it's pretty incredible, actually. That card is definitely going to be run in every green deck, or any splash, most likely, because it's just that good. So, then we got another super, the Debilitating Miasma. Instacast, up to 2 target units get minus 2k, or 2,000. And that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. I say it's definitely worth consideration. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be run, because if you're getting attacked by a bunch of things and they're like 15s, then you can just play that, and their turn's basically over. I got another foil common, Quorum Reinforcements, decent. Then we got another rare, Monarch Skydagger. That's a good card too. I like this one. Equip to target unit. Arrive, put 1 counter on this card, and then you remove a counter from the card and choose one. Deal 500 to a target unit. Equipped unit gains +5 for this turn. And then it also has, if this card is in your discard zone, when an air unit is returned from the field to your hand, you can add this card to your hand. So it comes right back. Like, I think it's really decent. Definitely a good inclusion for if you're doing like mono green, or if you're playing green and then you have a splash of something else. Definitely good. Got another rare here. Got Jamail, Suspicious Sorcerer. When you play a card with Shard Drain, deal 1,000 to a target unit. 3 mana, 2,000. Not the greatest stats, but I don't know. We'll see. Got another point. Okay, gonna go through all those. Another super, which is another really good card. Iton, the Righteous Outlaw. Discard this card from your hand. Return target air unit you control with cost 3 or less to its owner's hand. If this card is in your discard zone, when an air unit is returned to your hand from the field for a second time in a turn, you can put this card into play exhausted, and then you have to expel it when it leaves the field. But it's basically, you just discard, play it. Like, it's very, very good. Very strong card. Definitely a 3 of. 3 is the max cards that you can have in a deck of of one name. If you didn't know that, for any newer players that are trying to just get into it. We got a rare here, Nightmare Crystal. Special shard for Dark. And its exhaust skill is send the top card of your deck to the discard zone. I don't know. This is probably like might be the worst one in my opinion. The green one is pretty decent. If we get it in the box here, then I can talk about it a little bit. But that one actually has a decent effect. The exhaust effects aren't the greatest though. We got another super here. We got Argent, the Luminous Warrior. It has Guardian for 6 cost, 4,000. And then Arrive, target up to 2 different gears in the discard and equip them to this. So that's a decent card. Probably a little bit too expensive for playing in as a splash or anything like that. I mean, 6 mana is it's not something that you want to scoff at because you might die before then. Okay, and we got another foil common of Bloodlight Maniac. I really like the art on this card, so that's cool that I got that. I like that. And then we got Caliber, the Sacred Shard Sword. So this one is basically like a legendary, but you can run more of it in your deck. You can only control one of them though, so you can only have one Caliber, the Sacred Shard Sword, on the field. But it's actually pretty good. You equip it, and then that unit gains 1,000, and then you can sacrifice this card to turn the equipped unit. Oh, this turn the equipped unit cannot be targeted by spells or abilities, and you draw a card. So I mean, it refunds itself, and then you can, if you have a Skandar, then after it's in the discard, then when you play him, you can like equip this one and the other legendary one, and then he just becomes really strong. So I like the legendary, basically the legendary weapons. I think they're pretty cool. They're a cool addition to the game. There's the other one. So this one is Longinus, the Mythical Shard Lance. Equipped to target unit, gains 1,000, and then you can sacrifice this card, deal 15 to a target unit. So it's also really good. I like both of them a lot actually. I got another 5. Okay, going through. Common foil, Quorum Sniper, and then a Pewter Gargoyle for our rare, and another token. Down to the last 2 packs in the box here, and then we'll move on to the second one. And then I'll just kind of do a recap of the first box here before. Got another foil common here, Brilliant Barrier, and another rare, Mel, the Quorum Magician. When he arrives, if you have 3 or more gear in your discard, draw 2. I think this card is actually really good, to be honest. It's a 3 cost 15 that you might be able to draw 2. Most likely will, because the gear, especially with this set, the amount of times that you can discard gear and stuff like that, or sacrifice it yourself for its own skills, is a lot actually. So I think that card's going to be played pretty heavily. I'm definitely going to make a deck based around, well, not based around it completely, but I'm going to make a yellow or white deck. We got another super here. This one is Celestial Magic Chronostasis. This card's incredible. I mean, it's 6 mana, but you place all units on the field on the bottom of their owner's decks in any order you choose. So it's literally just a complete board wipe. I mean, you can't get much better than that for 6 mana. I guess it's pretty decent. So for the supers, I got Chronostasis, the Archred, Iton, Debilitating Miasma. Oh, that's not one. Silver Watchwoman. This one is a rare. And Tyrant and Amorphagus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different supers. I did get this nice little card, the Full Art Stormcaster. Really awesome. And then you get two Argent rares. Both of them for yellow, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's move on to the second one. All the packs out of there. Okay. Alright, let's see, commons. So, we got, for the first rare of this box, we got Rao Wyvern Rider. It has quickness, and then when it's ruined, you can put a Rao unit token into play. And it has 1,000. That's pretty decent. I actually like that. I mean, 4 mana, though, is kind of expensive. But for having a rune ability that gets you another card, it's, you know, this game's all about value, so if you can get value out of something, you might as well do it, you know. Okay, we got for this rare Skytree Hawk. This is a good card. It's 2 mana, 1,000. When this card is returned to your hand from the field, you can discard this card to draw 2 cards. So I think it's a really good utility card. If you don't necessarily need the body and you just want to keep drawing cards so you can get to your big Sylvia or something, then that's definitely a good way to do it. Okay, this rare is Soul Transfer. Also a really good card. 4 mana, you can destroy a target unit, and if you do, you can put into play a unit from your discard zone whose cost is lower than the destroyed unit. So I think that's really good value for 4 mana. You can destroy something big if they play anything that's kind of like a big creature that you can't really get over, or a guardian that you want to get rid of. I mean, that's just there, you know. Okay, got a foil common, Skytree Guide Trooper. And then for the rare, I got Rayoyena's Pet Dragon. It has an arrive effect. If you control another Rayoyena unit, deal 1,000 to target unit. And then other Rayoyena units you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. See that? I like that. For 3 mana, if you make a deck based on Rayoyena, that's pretty cool. Probably a pretty decent budget deck, actually, because it also has this 3 mana spell. If you control Rayoyena unit, if I'm butchering that, my bad. This card costs 1 less to play, deal 1,000 to all units. So if they have a bunch of little tiny dudes, you can just kill them all. So for this common foil, we got Spitfire Dragon. Not the greatest. And then we got Super Omega Magic Hikari. It has instacast, and then when you play it, you put into play 1 night token with Guardian and 1,000. If you have 2 or less towers, put into play 2 tokens. So I mean, it's really good. The Omega Magics are really good cards. Alright. We got Tidal Rush. I think it's I believe this one is said to be a super. Yeah. It doesn't have the actual little icon on the bottom, which is supposed to be like a little diamond, but that's okay. It's a spell, instacast for 3. As an additional cost, you can shard drain 1, and if you do, return target unit to its owner's hand. But its original effect is return target unit to its owner hand, then draw 1 card. So it's just a bounce, which is always good. Bounce effects are pretty good in card games from what I know. Okay, commons. Another super, Lightning Shot. Deal 3,000 to target unit and 1,000 to another unit. Also really good. Yeah, the super rares are definitely worth playing, that's for sure. Anything that spreads damage is really good. Got a rare, Raza, Knight of Unity. It's a 3-cost, 15. When you arrive, expel any number of gears from your discard zone. Put into play a Knight unit from your deck with cost equal to the number of gears you expelled. So it can be good. Probably have to do some testing to see if that's actually worth playing or not. But yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe some potential there. We got a rare, Winds of the Cloud Sea. Instacast for X. Return X target units you control to their owner's hand and put into play 1 unit from your hand with the cost X or less. Pretty decent. Okay, comments. We got Skytree Marksman, another common foil. Oops. And then we got a super, Mr. Kins, Cryptic Familiar. It has an arrive effect. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. And then you can exhaust it to draw a card and then return this card to the top of its owner's deck. For 1 mana, a 500, it's pretty decent. And then, oh my, we got another full art card. This one is the Jamail, the Cryptic Caster. This one is number 507 out of 1,000. So that's pretty lucky, getting 2 out of 2. But there's another one. Okay, oh, that's a good one. That's a good foil. Oh, and that's also a good card. Oh, man, okay. Well, this is a good pack, because this is a good foil common, because I might actually start trying to figure out a good deck to put this in. Because that just has, it's a 2-mana arrive, draw 1, and then you can sacrifice it and shuffle up to 3 target units from your discard zone into your deck. So I think this is just a really good, like, all-purpose augment that you can play in a deck that wants its resources refunded, basically. And then here's like the best card in the set, probably in the game right now. Sylphia, the Spirit of Air. It's a legendary elemental. Arrive, choose even or odd cost. Your opponent places all their units with the chosen cost on the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. It's just so good. Like, and the reason that this guy is seeing so much play is because you can just keep reusing Sylphia every time that they kill it. You just exhaust, pay 1, put target unit from your discard zone on top of your deck, draw it again, play it again. Like it's kind of dumb, actually. You basically get your opponent into like a lock scenario, you know, where they can't really do anything. You just keep sending their stuff back. The mirror match for that would be horrendous. Oh, I got the Argent rare here. That was an Argent, and then now we got another one. Ralyena the Phoenix. I actually really like this card. I'm definitely going to make a red deck with this in it. Arrive, deal 1,500 to all units your opponent controls. So it's almost a board wipe for if they're playing like smaller creatures. And then a ruined effect, shuffle this card into its owner's deck. So I think that card has some big potential for sure. Okay, next one. Common. Don't care. I mean, there's good commons. I shouldn't say I don't care, but Cryptic Crystal. This is the water one again. I already went over that. The Wyvern Crystal, this is the one for fire. You can, when it arrives, add target dragon unit from your discard zone to your hand. If you do, discard 1 card from your hand. See, I think this one's pretty decent because you just get to, you know, it's a 1-for-1. You play this and then you get something that you want from your discard and you discard 1. So I think it's pretty good. I would probably include it because a lot of your dragons are really good for red. Even your small ones, especially the one with quickness. Here's a super Omega Magic Mizu. Instacast, choose one, or if you have 2 or less towers remaining, choose 2. Draw 1 card, exhaust target unit, or return target unit to its owner's hand if it is exhausted. So I do like that they put the if it is exhausted. It would be kind of broken to be able to do so many different things. And then I got a 10-pointer. Pretty good. I mean, look at all these. They're adding up. Like, I already have so many out of 2 boxes. So you'll definitely be able to get some good stuff off the prize wall. I think the ways to get prizes is you can either mail it in and then they send it to you, or at events you can trade them in at their actual prize table. So I got another super Omega Magic Kasai. Instacast, deal 1500 to a target attacking or blocking unit. Then if you have 2 or less towers, deal 2000 to target unit. So it's good. It's probably like the lesser of the Omega Magics because the other ones are just incredible. Alright, we got a foil common here, Transfiguration Master. And then we got another Garga. That's a good one. I like seeing that. I need a play set, which is 3, so hoping that in the next boxes here. Okay, another foil common supply deal. This card's actually really good. For 1 mana, as an additional cost to play, discard a gear, and then you draw 2. So this will definitely see play, and I'm glad I got a foil of that because I'd like to try foiling decks out, This is the green one, the one that I was going to talk about, Zephyr Crystal. So it's for green, and you can pay 2 to destroy target augment. I think it's pretty decent if augments become a big threat, in the future sets here. You'll definitely want to just pick those up now because anything that has removal without having to actually play a card in general is pretty good. And then we got, that's a good one, yep, Omega Magic Yami. I like this one a lot. Instacast for 2. Choose 1, or if you have 2 or less towers, you can choose both. Target unit gets -1000, and return target unit with cost 3 or less from your discard zone to the field. So it's not to hand, it's to field. I like that. That's awesome. It's a great card. Even if you play it without having 2 or less towers, it's still really good. These are kind of interesting. The augments for the different colors. So this one's the red, Altar of the Dragon God. You can exhaust it, pay 1, destroy target dragon unit you control, and if you do, search your deck for a dragon unit with the same cost and put it into play. So after you attack with something, you can exhaust this, pay 1, and call another thing. If it's that little quickness guy, you can just do some chip damage. Okay. Garbage is getting a little full over there. Alright, and then we got a rare Gargoyle Mimic. 3 mana, 15. When this unit is destroyed or sacrificed, target 1 dark unit in your discard zone with Ruined and apply its Ruined effect. So it's pretty decent. There's Kaze. Alright, so this is like probably the best one, in my opinion. 2 mana, instacast. If you have 2 or less towers remaining, this card costs 0 to play. Just a free, it's so good. Target unit cannot deal damage or attack this turn, and then you draw a card. That is just crazy. Very, very good card. Definitely a 3-of. So I need to pull 3 is what I'm saying. Terror of the Sand Sea is my foil common. I like this card actually, to be honest. It costs 1 less to play for each unit returned to the hand from the field this turn, and when it attacks, your opponent sacrifices a unit. So if they can't deal with it, then they're sacrificing units, that's for sure. Because it's swinging in for 4K, so Last pack. We got Vi's Blessing for our foil common. And then we got that Hallowed Crystal, the one for light again. And then another night token. So for that one, we got Kaze, Yami, Kasai, Mizu. So we got basically all, we did get all of them. Look at that. We got all the Omega Magics. And then we got Cryptic Familiar and Lightning Shot and Tidal Rush. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got this guy. Beautiful. They do look really nice. And it has bumpy texture on the letters. So these are really nice. And then the 2 Argent Rares. The best card in the game. Also worth like almost 50 bucks, and then a really good red inclusion. So yeah, that concludes the double box opening. If you guys liked the video, you can comment, subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be posting more and more content for this game. We really like it so far, and now that we have the actual boxes, we can do some playtesting videos, some deck profiles of what we're theory crafting. If you have any ideas or anything that you would like to see, I'll basically have most of the promos most likely, so I can make some cool decks if you guys want to see them in action and whatnot. Yeah, just let us know, and yeah, I'll probably do another box opening video, and then we'll get right into deck profiles and playtesting. So, yep, stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you next time.